Hello everyone, Ebba here. I'm finally going to get this haul video done. Um, I finally have time, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to see it good enough, although my eyes are really not working well right now. Sorry, one of the little tags that I wanted to keep flew away, so I was kind of searching around for it, but I think it landed on the floor. We'll get it later. Anyway, yeah, so the first thing is a couple of pieces of jewelry that I found. I'm going to take my own ring off, my two rings off, because I wanted to show you this one. This is so sweet. And I really hope my camera is actually focusing today. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, why it won't focus some days, but there is that ring, and it is so cute. Perfect for anyone who takes photos or, loves cameras, things like that. Now, there were 3 of them, and I bought all 3, because when we get down to the coast, we're going to be going into various shows, collectibles, crafts, that sort of thing. And this is something that I'm going to put into the shows. They are an adjustable ring, which is good because anybody can wear it pretty much. But they are in really good shape. They're not misshapen at all. Their backs are really strong, like this one is. And the fronts all have their little gem, which of course isn't a real one, but it looks good. But it's just a really sweet, reminds me of the AE1 or the AE group of cameras that Canon had very, very long ago, back in the earlier days of cameras, of the 35mm ones. And it just reminds me of that. I used to have an AE1. I gave it to my brother. I don't know what he did with it. And then the other thing I found in the jewelry line was this bracelet. It's really pretty. This is costume jewelry. I don't look for expensive stuff. I'm looking for costume jewelry that has all the gems, which this does. It's got little, they're like an aquamarine, and then these are more like, they're a sort of an orange-red color. And anyway, they're just little gemstone things. This one is more yellow or pinkish yellow, and that so there's slightly different colors on some of them. But the bracelet itself is heavy. It's which indicates that it's vintage. It is probably into the 1970s, possibly early 80s. Mid 60s to, I would say, the early 1980s, because after that a lot of plastic jewelry and lighter weight metals came into being. This is quite a heavy bracelet, so that's the other thing that I got when I was there, and I just really liked it. Certain things will sort of draw me to them. And I like this bracelet. I picked it up and I said, that has weight. That is a good bracelet. It's good quality. I think it's, I'm not really sure. I'm not going to say what I think the metal is, because I could be completely wrong, and then that's not good. So those are those. Now the rest of it is all crafting things. I'm going to put my own rings back on. This was also a ring that I found at that time, in that same purchasing time, and I really love that ring. I don't tend to buy expensive jewelry ever, so it kind of is what it is, kind of thing. Now these, I think there was 4 boxes of them. Where are they? Maybe there was only the 3. Nope, I guess there was only the 3. I thought there was 4, but there's only the 3. So what these are is that these are for the old clip-on earrings that you would have had in anywhere before the 1970s, when pierced earrings started becoming more and more popular. Um, and what they are for is you take one out, and you slip it onto your earring back thing, the clip part, and it stops it from hurting your ears, because those things could be wicked when they snapped onto your ears. They're really good. Then I have, so that's really got more to do with jewelry, but you know, oh, I do have more. I got this little pin. It's a cute little owl pin, and sorry, I'll try and hold him still. He's just a cute little owl pin. Now I looked at him and I thought, oh, he could be taken, you know, off of this easily. He's got a little, he's just got this wire holding him on here. So he could be taken off of this and used on a book, or on a, like on a journal, or pretty much anything, a card even. He's got some weight to him, like some, you know, so you wouldn't want to put him onto something lightweight like paper, but onto cardstock he would work well. Then I found these beads, and they're just pearls, which were, you know, you can always use things like this when you're making journals and cards and things. They make really good. Now, these are completely round. They're meant to be a bead, not half beads. So you would have to be careful what you stuck them onto, but they're really handy. These are, again, little green gemstones. I'm hoping that you can see these things, because I'm afraid if I hold them up, then the camera goes all blurry and you can't see them anyways. But they're green, a nice green, kind of a nice green. But yeah, they're another little jewelry making thing. They call them crystal beads. These are actually Swarovski, which is kind of neat. But yeah, they're a nice little bead. And then I found this, which is chain. It's a package of chain. And these are all new packages. They have never been opened. So this is a package of chain. It's quite a heavy chain, but you know, when you're making a journal and you want to hang something off the back end, it's perfect. And you can take, you know, things. I don't have a lot of charms and things. I've never collected a lot of charms. When I went into journals, it was basically to make myself journals to write in. Then there's these couple of charms, which are really cute. They're called Positive Intentions. There were 4 of them at some point. There's 2 left. And I can't remember. I'm trying to remember how much each of these was, because they were really cheap. They may have come all together in one bag, actually. Anyway, one is the lotus flower, and the other is a Buddha guy. So, you know, they could go onto something appropriate, you know, something I would put on something appropriate. But I thought they were really cute. I don't know if you can see the little things on there. They're quite cute. They do have not really color. It's just black. There is a like they've been indented, and then they're black. So they're really quite cute. And what else do we have in the, there's a bag over here I'm grabbing stuff out of. Oh, here's another owl. These actually comes in a little bag. And again, new. Like, you know, just new, sitting in the bag. He'd be cute. Now he again has some weight. He's metal. But he'd be cute. He'd be really cute on a card or on a journal or something. He doesn't have anything on the back. There's nothing to fasten him with. So you couldn't hang him as a dangly onto anything, because if you tried gluing something on, unless you've got a soldering iron and you can solder a little ring on the top, you wouldn't be able to. You can't just glue it onto metal and have it stay for very long if it's hanging. They usually fall apart. But he is cute. He's a cute little owl. Now what's this? This is a bag full of goodies, beads. All different kinds of beads. I'm trying to find where it opens, because sorry, I kind of fastened this shut because I didn't want it to all over the place, but at the same time, I'd love to show you all the beads that are in here. They're all different kinds. We'll save that until later, and I'll show you later. How about that? Oh, and this bead is supposed to be in with them, so we'll put that there. Let's see what else is here. Ah, yes. Now this is actually a kit. These are seed beads on string, so that you can make the... Sorry, we're sitting where there's trucks, so if you hear trucks, that's what it is. So you can make the product, the design. It is apparently some form of native art. And it came as a kit. There's the thread for doing whatever you're supposed to do. It's very, very intricate, and I won't be doing the artwork. I tried doing intricate artwork with seed beads once, and it failed dismally because it takes too long. It's just that simple. It takes too long for me. I'm not that person. So what it makes is a peyote beaded feather, and this is your beading padding for drawing your own design, and then you use the beads to make your thing. They've got some samples here. You probably can't see them, but they've got some samples there of what you would do. No feathers came with this. They probably did originally, but they're not with it anymore. There's a piece of leather, little square of leather. There's a leather strip like this, and then there's the seed beads and the thread. The thread's never been opened that I can see. So you've got a little dark thread, and then the seed bead strings. And the seed bead strings are, well, obviously the colors. There's a white and a kind of a turquoise and an orange, and then this is kind of a bronze color. So you get that all in the kit. I'm leaving it together as a kit until I want to use it for whatever it is. I have a lot of seed beads. I used to do counted cross stitch back when I could see and when I could do things, and I loved it. I loved counted cross stitch, and I used to use seed beads quite a lot. When I was doing my pictures, I would replace some of the picture with beads rather than using embroidery thread. I would be using seed beads. They always turned out so beautiful when I did that. But I do have 2 or 3 in my stuff in storage, in my crafting stuff in storage, that are unfinished, and probably will never be finished, because I'll never have that eyesight again to be able to do it. But you know, so I do have a lot of seed beads, as well as embroidery cotton. I've got just tons of it. Once I have a crafting room again and can actually spread out and do things in a crafting room, yeah, I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to use for what, that sort of thing. But in the meantime, here we are. So that's that. I'll set it up there. Then the last thing that I've got in here before I try and get that little bag open and show you some of the buttons, is this belt buckle. And I thought, you know, that'll work, because it can be used on a journal with a ribbon that's quite wide, a wide ribbon thread through it, and help to fasten a journal. I think it would look really pretty on one. So yeah, I just thought it was really nice. So there it is. Picked it up. And the last thing is here's my package. Let's see if I can get it open without it falling all over the floor, because this is yeah, I should have gotten a little dish, but it's alright. We will do what we can. Alright, don't bounce. That's all I ask. Just don't bounce. Alright, let's see, because this has got some really cool things in it. Oop, oop. No, they're not bouncing, they're rolling. We're sitting on a slight bit of a slant where we're sitting. Alright, so we have a round black bead and a round, now this is beige, but it's got holes, like not holes, divots in it all around in a kind of a pattern. And then it's got the bead hole. There's this flat thing with I don't know, it's almost a Asian lettering of some sort. I couldn't tell you what language it is. I don't speak it. It could be Japanese, it could be Chinese, it could be Vietnamese. There's so many Asian languages and dialects. Then there's this long thin bead, and I just got them because I thought, well, you know, they work well hanging on a book, on the end of the book. And it's another thing, I don't have access to my beads and buttons and things. They're all in storage. This is a little thing that was in there too with the buttons and beads. It's a tiny little necklace thing. Now it's still got its little circle and everything, so you know it would work well. I think it's supposedly an Alaska black diamond, but I'm not sure. You know, I mean, you can't tell. It's certainly not real, and it's not real gold. It's just, you know, the look of. And then there's one that's a flower. It's not a button, it's just a flower, and it's a flower on both sides, so you know you can kind of use it on both sides. Then there's this one, which is words. It says, "We are the hero of our own story." So it's a four-sided little bead, and I thought it would be cute on a book with, you know, some other things attached to it. Here's another one of those. Yeah, no, I didn't drop that one. So this is another one of those little necklace things, or earrings. Probably earrings. You know, you've got two of them. It's probably earrings. And this is a bead that almost looks it almost looks North America native carved. I have no idea if it really is, but it's black, and then it's got these carvings on it with circles and stars and things. So I don't know what it is, but it'll work for something. This one has almost like a flower carving on the edge. I think that's what it is. It's really hard to see. Hard for me. Probably be easy for you. Not easy for me. And then there's this little beige one which has a cat on it, which I thought was cute. And this is actually a button. It's got the button thing on the back that you would slide your thread through and stitch. And then there's this bigger one, which I thought was really pretty. I was looking for things that I can hang on journals, on the backs of journals. So that's why I was looking at chains and things like that too. But yeah. And then there's this stone, which is really neat. It's a leaf, but it's got, you know, it's bumpy on the back, so it doesn't sit flat as a leaf. Now does it have a hole? No, it's just dirt. I'll have to clean it. No, it's not a hole through. I don't think. No, I don't think it is. I think it's just a leaf. I have no idea what it's off of. No idea. And then there's this little thing, which is cute. It's I think what it is, it's like one of those tags you would get on clothing that tells you the brand, except it's in another language. And again, it's an Asian language, so I have no idea what brand it is or what it is. But it's really pretty, and the back is carving. It's actually really quite pretty. So I do have rings that I can use on any of these to make them so that they hang properly and don't get stuck, you know, kind of. Then there's this circle that looks like a bearing, but it's not. It's just a circle of little tiny balls. that's been put together, that's welded together kind of. And there's this square, which is just a square with a hole in the middle. Like if you put it on a necklace or something, it would get lost because it's so little, it's so thin. But it would be really cute if you used it somehow, on a card or a book or something, just as an accent piece. I could feel there was something else there. What is this? Oh, that's another one of those tiny rings. Whoops, don't fly away. Whew. It's another one of those tiny rings with things. So you could stack them. Well, you can't see it because it's black. But, come here, maybe I could show you on here. You see? You could stack the little black one, which is like a center of a flower almost. Stack them and glue them and put them on something. And then there's this little guy, which didn't get in the bag, but I'm going to get it in there now. And it's a bead. It's got bumpy all on the outside of it and the hole in the middle. And it would normally go, sort of sideways on a bracelet or necklace, but I'm not doing bracelets or necklaces right now. I used to back many years ago. I used to make jewelry. I loved it. I've done so many crafts, so many different crafts, candle making and just so many. But anyway, that is it for this time. I'll bring some of this down in so you can see it all. I pushed it all away from you. That wasn't very nice. There we go. And then we got this guy and these gems. Yeah, I did pretty good, I think. You go into the secondhand places. These were all, they were either Value Village or what's the name of that store? It's fairly new in Canada, or at least it's fairly new in the West. I can't remember the name of it now. Anyway, I went into the two stores and picked up a bit here and a bit there. So we ended up with quite a bit. So there's the little ring, and the bracelet is over here holding my plastic bag in place. Yeah, like that. So it's kind of, it's kind of cool. I got a lot of good stuff. I'm just setting something on top of a plastic bag over there. The wind is coming through the window and blowing the plastic bag. It'll come across and take things with it. Yeah, so I got some good stuff. So lots of things to play with. I think I'm going to take the owl out of here, out of this little bag. I have a bunch of these little bags too somewhere in storage in my crafting stuff. Big and small and lots of different sizes. But I'm going to put all these in here because the owl won't get lost, but these things sure will. All right, let's get you all in place. Put you all in. All right, in you go. They don't want to go in. They don't even want to get out of my hand. Oh well. So yeah, so that is what we bought when we went shopping that day. This is quite a while back. I can't even remember what day it was. And I am hoping that I'm going to be given permission to do some crafting, but right now my eyes just don't see. I can see bits, I can see shadows with my one eye. My other eye, seeing close up, I have to wear the glasses, but I can't get new glasses yet. I have to wait for a few weeks. It's just when you get cataract surgery, if all you have is cataracts, you don't usually have things go wrong. You basically you get it done. You start seeing within days to a couple of weeks, seeing clearly. Boof, done. Not with me. So I have things. I see the doctor again on the 20th. We'll see how things go then. But I won't be able to get glasses for several weeks, and if I have to have the glaucoma operation, it could be months. So I have to deal with what I've got. And, oh, this guy stayed out. Get in here with your buds. There you go. All right, we're going to put green leaf in there too, because why not? Anyway, yeah. So that's it. That's it for this time. I will talk to you all as I can. I'm hoping I can do some sort of crafting. If I lean forward far enough, I can see, but I really have to lean forward a long way to see properly. So I may have to do things and then show you what I've done, just because I have to get so close to everything in order to see it clearly enough to be able to do it. But I'd really like to get my hands want to work. They want to play with something. So I will talk to you again soon. If you enjoy our videos or want to support us in a small way, give us a like. Subscribe if you are interested in knowing more. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. And if you're, wanting to tell me something or say something, or just leave a little comment. I answer all the comments, and I really enjoy getting them. It takes me a while to type because I have to look closely at the keyboard and things, but I do it. And I even if I can only answer with something very short, I do it because I think that you're important. You're certainly important to me. So you take care, and I will talk to you next time. Bye for now.